Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Brandon back on Motor Nubs. I am still in the process of moving, so don't mind all the boxes and mess behind me. Hopefully going to be in my new spot and new setup in a couple weeks. But, I came across a video today, and it's from a channel that I don't normally watch too often. Let me bring it up here. It's actually Scotty Kilmer's. I don't want to show the video because I don't know, strike it or whatever, but I was more interested, and I watched the video, and the video is this adapter will destroy your car. And I'll go ahead and summarize it right now. He's saying those plug-in cigarette lighter power adapters that you plug into your car, and then you plug a USB into, or they already have like a cord built onto it to charge your phone or something like that, will destroy your car. And he brings up a couple points. One of his main points is he's like, oh, these things will overdraw power from your car and burn up. But Scotty, that's not how most of these things work. If you look, he shows a USB adapter, and he's like, see, this one's rated at 2 amps. But if you plug something in that needs 5 amps, it'll burn it up. And no, it's not like that. When you have an adapter, and a lot of them, some adapters that have two USBs, for example, it'll say like 1 amp and then 2 amp. That's rated on the output. So, say for example, if you have a phone and you plug your phone into the 2 amp spot on the car adapter, it'll charge faster than if you plug it into the 1 amp spot. It doesn't. That's the output. That's not. I don't know where he was going with that. That's how much power is coming out of the adapter, not what you're pulling. So you can't plug your phone in, and it's going to overdraw from this USB adapter. And okay, and up until this point, I'm like, okay, whatever. He's just spewing nonsense. It's Scotty goes a little crazy sometimes. And then he says, that's why you need an expensive model. And he references like his Qualcomm $20-something USB car charger adapter. And I completely 100% disagree with this. He's like, oh, don't go get a cheap one, like a $5 one or whatever. I've used tons of these and tons of different cars. He references the fact that he's unplugged them out of some cars and it's turned off check engine lights. Okay, maybe on the very rare circumstance that, it's throwing off RFID or radio signals, but 99% of the time, a USB adapter plugged into your car is not going to trip a check engine light. It's not going to trip your tire pressure monitoring system. It's not even going to mess up your RFID chip on your key to start your car. Like, so if you have keyless entry, for example, it's not going to do that. But then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna overlook it, no big deal, because I don't normally like to make like controversial videos and like kind of calling people out. But then I scroll down to the comment section, and I'm reading some of these comments, and some people genuinely are believing Scotty and subsequently getting rid of or throwing away their cheap adapters to go buy expensive adapters. And that's where I really have the problem here. You don't need the expensive adapters, ladies and gentlemen. I actually there's like a dollar store near me, and they have little USB adapters that go on sale for $1 all the time, or they're $1 all the time. And I grab like a handful of those. I keep a couple in the car if I need to take one with me. If I'm jumping in somebody else's car, they're kind of handy to have on spot. And then I always have like a bunch of USB cables, because I always like to have my stuff charged and ready to go. I've never had an issue. My Rally or my Lancer has keyless entry. Never have an issue with RFID off of a cheap adapter. I've never had one blow. He's like, it could blow up and burn up in your car or burn up the adapter. I've had multiple vehicles over I don't know, the last 10 years now. Wow, I'm actually getting a little old. Over the last 10 years now, and I've always left them plugged in. He references leaving the cheap ones plugged in overnight and stuff. Never had one of these things blow up or anything like that. The only thing I've had that's happened that's blown up in the cigarette lighter is I actually had one of the AM/FM adapters that had a battery inside of it, and the battery blew up. So I think that was completely unrelated to what he's talking about. He's talking about strictly just these chargers. No issues out of the cheap ones at all. But let's read some of these comments. Some of these people genuinely just believe him and take him at face value. Scotty, I hadn't thought about these adapters causing issues. Thank you for posting. I love your videos. they don't cause issues, Ryan J. Oh, yeah. Don't wrap foil around those. That's just asking for a fire. Yes, he actually, somewhere in the video, he's like, you can take your adapter and to keep your RFID signals from getting out, wrap tin foil around it, and that'll hold the signals in. No. Don't do that, guys. That's asking for trouble. This guy right here, Android Ken, hit the nail on the head. Don't be wrapping tin foil around your adapters. This guy, you have crazy mad scientist look, however you have magnificent information. No. And then somebody says this is actually a bunch of BS. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. That's see, there's some truth, and then there's some people that are just believing it here in the comment section. So what else? Yeah. Oh, here's one. Wow, unplugged my wife's and her check engine light turned off after about 5 minutes. Thanks, Scott. What? No. So there's replies to this. This guy says, hard to believe since the car computer has to run a full cycle diagnostic to shut off a check engine light. Absolutely. You're not going to get a drive cycle in like less than 5 minutes, especially off of just unplugging a cigarette outlet adapter. I don't know. I always like helping people, but I don't like to misinform people and then direct them to a more expensive product. Ladies and gentlemen, make your own assumptions. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but do you need to go out and buy $20+ adapters for your car to charge your phone and stuff? No, you don't. Are you fine using the cheap ones? Yes, absolutely. You're not going to have any issues there. If you want to believe me, if you have a check engine light in your car right now and you have an adapter in your car, unplug the adapter. Give it a day, give it a week, come back, comment on my video, and let me know what happened, because I can guarantee that check engine light is still going to be there. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to get this video out. I feel like I kind of harping on the guy, but most of the time he's actually got a little bit of relevant information, and I feel like this video was just chock full of BS. And it's okay to have a BS video. Heck, people could say this is a BS video, but really recommending that more expensive product at the end is kind of what pushed it over the edge for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening. We'll be back with some more car content coming up soon. This is Brandon. I'll see you on the next one. Adios.